I'm back. Yeah, time for some reviews. In 2015, here we go. Ha ha. Hey, hey, hey. Maria, where's my pants?
Welcome back to Little Piece Company using for the females, but it's perfect. Welcome back, my little TCL, Scorpion 72, and today we're going to be taking a look at the figure Evolve. Legacy Collection. Funko has managed to get the rights to this video game, which apparently is either out or is coming out, and seems to be very popular and getting a lot of buzz. They have figures of them, and I managed to get all 5 of them. So during this week, I'm going to be reviewing each and every one of these figures. Probably each day there'll be a different one for 5 days straight. So the first one we're going to start with is Markovo or Markova or Markovi. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Sometimes the way you read it is not really the way they say it in video games. Hence, like Ra's al Ghul or Raz al Ghul, for example. The packaging here is pretty much the same that you come to expect for Funko action figures. They have the window box, mostly right there. You can see the figure inside from the side view here, and on the other side they will have some kind of like artwork and a picture of the actual toy or character that you have obtained or bought. And on the back, it's pretty cool. You have 4 looks like members or core group for this team fighting. Believe it or not, that is Goliath, which is the last figure in this wave. The funny thing about this is that there is a character on the back that is not actually in this wave, and that will be the guy with the Australian looking hat with a long gun. This guy, he's not part of the wave. Apparently it's the guy that there's another guy and 2 females plus Goliath. So I don't understand why that is and what changed that happened for them not to include not only the character you see in the back, but to also change it to where they add the character that you don't see in the back there. And I believe the character you don't see that should be there is Maggie. The bottom here is interesting as well because there is a number there that says number 4V1. So I'm guessing that might be the figure in this way being number 1. Not sure what the 4 stands for, but I'll find out once I take a look at the other figure. Yeah, so that's just a number for, I guess, video game reference, because the other figures do not have that. They all have that same number on the bottom, and it seems to be consistent with all the packaging. So we're going to take a look at the figure inside and check out the articulation. Hopefully everything is all right. I do like the paint apps on this figure just at first glance, which seems to be something a little different for Funko. So, alright, here we have Markov. Must say this figure is very well detailed, and he does have a lot of sculpting to him. The paint apps are pretty decent on him. I'll give you a little close-up of that. So basically, you can see here, I'll take out his gun, which I'll get to in a moment. See here, he's wearing this armor suit. Seems like he's been in a couple of battles due to his cybernetic side here. He's got like a cybernetic, like cyborg like eye, which is attached to a plastic type cable. There's even some tattoo design saying 2320, SC2320, which is on the back right there. So, other details, got little numbers and stuff here. This figure sports, he has a name on his jetpack. So, and also a lot of figures in this line, they all pretty much have jetpacks. So I'm guessing the planet they're on, planet Share, I believe it's called. This is based off a PC game. So this planet here is essential for all the team to have backpacks to get out tough spots, because yeah, without a flying backpack, I guess you're pretty much screwed. The other thing I'm going to point out right now is that I'm going to go through some of the articulation. I may not actually bend the articulation, because I've had a few experiences with especially Funko figures. And the funny thing is, at the bottom of the box, it says this is not a toy. Which, okay, one part I can agree, but when you're putting this much articulation into a figure, it kind of puts it in that toy category. So it's kind of off balance there, what they're trying to tell you and what they're really trying to do, which I'm not really sure. The head's on a ball joint, moves from left to right. The arms go up pretty well, decent enough due to this armor. There's no swivel at the biceps. Here he has a swivel in the elbow, and it does bend. Like I said, I'm very careful with these. Here he has wrist articulation as well as swivel. He has chest swivel, no waist swivel. The other part here, the legs, they kind of go outwards and they can go forward, but here they're kind of separated, meaning that it's like they did not completely push them in. So I'm trying to figure out a way to do that without damaging the figure. He does have double jointed knees. As I mentioned earlier, I may not actually go through the whole thing there. Reason for that is Funko is one of the few companies that I know of figures that I do get are still using that clear plastic, which doesn't really work. You run into problems, most of it being it's fragile, it breaks very easy. Other companies have recently changed from that and went straight into like plastic for all their joints, which it should be. Even if it's a little pliable and like soft plastic, it does hold up better than this clear plastic that they keep using. He does have ankle articulation as well as some ankle rocker. This one's a little stiff, so I'm not even going to bother twisting it, because I don't want eventually, I don't want to take a risk of it snapping off. Favorite thing about this figure is he's got this solemn look. He reminds me of an actor, I can't remember who, just by the way his face looks. But I do like the detail of the jetpack. I give him that. And the paint amps are decent enough. That's always been a thing about Funko, some of their action figures, lack of paint apps, but they seem to got this one pretty down pat and really well done, down to the tattoos and markings. Now he does come with a weapon. It's this big gun. I'm not sure what it's called, but it looks serious. Now the problem with this gun is it doesn't really hold properly due to it being kind of rigid plastic. But as you saw when I first opened up and introduced the figure, you can get it in a pose where he is kind of like holding it like this, and then you can kind of turn him sideways like that. So this is like the pose you can get. You have to play around with the hand and the gun to see if you can get it like in a straight pose, but I tried both hands. It's a little difficult. I'll probably try again later, but like I said, it's unfortunate that I have to go through some of the figures by this company with almost kids gloves, because it just comes down to anybody from Funko who's watching, really you should stop using the clear plastic, because not only is it kind of fragile, it doesn't really last and hold up. In a few years, the figure could just, so I could just go to bend the leg and it would just come off or break off. And I've opened a lot of figures, and this is speaking from experience, is that does happen. Anybody who remembers the latter or the last few years of the Spawn figures would know that they were very fragile when it started. Even when they became more statuesque and you just had limited movement, they're still pretty fragile due to the plastics. The beginning run with that was fine, but at the end it became really problematic. So I love the figures. I like the licensings that Funko gets, especially the pop little pop vinyl figures that have been going on for who knows how long. But they're going into action figure realm. They might want to change the plastic, and or also it's worrisome when they put at the bottom of the box, this is not a toy. I guess they put that just so you don't give it to like small kids, but that's what it says 14 and up for on the front. But there's no reason for that in this day and age. If all these toy companies and stuff, you can add the plastic in there to make the figure a little bit better. So this is the first one that I'm going. He's the first one in the line. He's the first one at the top of the list on the 5 figures that are coming out. So during this week, I'll be going through the other figures. So overall, he's not bad. I like him. He's kind of bulky. He's heavy, so he will stand up. Once you get him in a solid pose like this and well balanced, he will stand. I had him standing like this pretty much all day. Went to work, came back. Actually, none of the figures have fallen down. I'd give them a little stand test for fun today. I don't know. I just wanted to try that. Comment, like, subscribe. And I'll be back with another figure tomorrow from this line. So this is the Legacy Collection Evolve line, and this is Markov. He's the first in the line, as it says in the top corner there in the packaging. And we're going to take a look at the other figures during this week. Thanks for watching, and until next time, the Scorpion 72 saying, keep playing.